Protein shakes, bars, powders, and diets. Everywhere you look, people are obsessed with protein. But are you actually eating enough, or could you be getting too much of a good thing? Today we'll uncover the real science behind protein, what it does, how much you need, and when more becomes too much. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm Dr. John Chuback, and I'm a board-certified cardiovascular surgeon. Protein is one of the most talked about nutrients in modern health, often surrounded by confusion and marketing claims. Some call it the secret to strength and longevity. Others say we overconsume it. The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle, backed by decades of research. Let's take a closer look. What is protein and why do you need it? Protein is one of the three main macronutrients, along with carbohydrates and fats. Structurally speaking, it's made up of long chains of molecules called amino acids, often referred to as the building blocks of life. I'm sure you've heard that. There are 20 amino acids, 9 of which are essential, meaning your body cannot produce them and must obtain them through your diet. Every cell, tissue, and organ in your body relies on protein. It's not only crucial for muscle repair, but also for almost every function that keeps you alive. Here are some of the most important roles protein plays in your body. Number 1 is structure and repair. Collagen strengthens your skin and bones, keratin builds your hair and nails, and myosin and actin allow muscle movement to occur. Next, there's metabolism. Many enzymes are proteins. They accelerate chemical reactions that regulate metabolism and digestion. Then we come to immunity. Antibodies that protect against viruses and bacteria are actually made of protein. Next, we have hormone signaling. Some hormones, such as insulin, are proteins that carry vital messages throughout the body. Another thing that proteins are involved in is transport. Hemoglobin, a protein in red blood cells, carries oxygen to your tissues. This keeps you alive for sure. Without protein, your body cannot grow, heal, or maintain normal function. So, are you getting enough protein? True protein deficiency is rare in developed countries. If you eat enough total calories from diverse foods, you're likely getting enough protein. Severe deficiency, known as kwashiorkor, occurs mostly in regions with extreme food scarcity. However, mild deficiencies can occur in older adults, people recovering from illness, or those following very restrictive diets, and even those with eating disorders. Symptoms of insufficient protein intake include 1. Fatigue and low energy. 2. Muscle loss or weakness. 3. Hair thinning and brittle nails. 4. Frequent infection. 5. Swelling in the legs or feet due to low blood protein. For most healthy adults in North America, a balanced diet provides more than enough protein. Still, understanding the correct amount is key to maintaining muscle, metabolism, and overall health. So, how much protein do you actually need? The recommended dietary allowance, RDA, for healthy adults is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. This equals roughly 0.36 grams per pound. For example, a 140-pound or 64-kilogram person needs about 50 grams per day. A 165-pound or 75-kilogram person needs about 60 grams of protein per day. These amounts are enough to prevent deficiency, but may not be optimal for everyone. Your needs vary depending on your age, activity level, and health status. Let's talk for a moment about older adults. Muscle loss naturally increases after age 40. Doesn't sound very old, does it? Research suggests increasing protein intake to 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram per day, and this will help maintain strength and mobility. Now, athletes are highly active individuals who perform regular exercise, especially resistance training, increase protein requirements to 1.2 to 2 grams per kilogram per day by recommendation. Pregnant or breastfeeding women need approximately 25 grams more protein per day to support growth and recovery. People recovering from illness and surgery also require higher intake of protein. This supports tissue repair and immune function. When I was doing a lot of intensive care work in the hospitals as a cardiac surgeon in patients who had major operations or were very, very sick from traumatic injury, etc., we were always careful to increase and manage very carefully their protein levels for proper healing. Another place to look at protein is for weight loss. During calorie restriction, maintaining protein intake around 1 to 1.2 grams per kilogram helps to preserve lean body mass. You don't want to be losing body mass of muscle stores with weight loss. You want to be losing fat stores. There's a big difference. And we're finding that some of the popular new drugs that are being used for weight loss is leading to muscle mass loss in many of the patients taking it. So you have to be very careful there. For most healthy adults, a practical goal is about 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. This is easy to remember, 1 gram per kilogram, and it supports general health and maintenance. So another question is, where should your protein come from? Both animal and plant foods can provide excellent sources of protein. Variety matters because it ensures you get all of those essential amino acids that are absolutely mandatory for life. Animal-based sources include lean meats like chicken, turkey, and lean beef, and they provide about 25 to 30 grams of protein per 3 or 4 ounce serving, which they typically say is about the size of the palm of your hand or maybe a deck of ordinary playing cards. There's also fish and seafood like salmon, tuna, and shrimp. These offer about 20 to 25 grams per serving and are also rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Another source of protein is eggs. One large egg provides about 6 to 7 grams of protein. Then we come to dairy. A cup of milk has 8 to 9 grams of protein, and a serving of Greek yogurt has about 15 to 17 grams, while an ounce of cheese has around 6 to 7 grams of protein. Now let's look at some plant-based sources of protein. We have legumes, beans, lentils, and chickpeas, which all contain about 15 to 18 grams per cooked cup. Tofu, tempeh, and soy milk are complete plant proteins containing all the essential amino acids. Nuts and seeds like almonds, peanuts, and pumpkin seeds provide about 4 to 8 grams per serving, while whole grains, quinoa, oats, and buckwheat contribute smaller amounts but help round out the total daily intake. Eating a mix of these foods ensures balanced amino acid intake and delivers other nutrients like fiber, vitamins, and minerals, which are all obviously really very important for your good health. So what about protein supplements? Protein powders and shakes are widely used, but for most people, they're really unnecessary. Whole foods provide complete nutrition with added fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants that supplements lack. Supplements can be helpful for athletes who need a quick recovery meal, those with poor appetite or limited access to full meals, including recovery from illness or surgery. If you choose a protein supplement, look for one that's low in sugar and saturated fat and use it as an addition, not a replacement for balanced meals. So can you eat too much protein? Well, the simple answer is yes. The body cannot store extra protein. Once your daily needs are met, the excess is broken down, and if it's not being used for energy, it's going to be converted into fat. Excess protein intake can have negative effects over time. Probably the most well-known thing is kidney strain. Your kidneys filter waste from protein metabolism. Very high intakes of protein, especially 2 grams per kilogram per day or more, can increase kidney workload and the risk of kidney stones or worsen existing kidney disease. Another thing to consider is dehydration. Breaking down protein produces nitrogen, which is excreted through the urine. Without sufficient water intake, this can lead to dehydration. How about fatty liver and weight gain? Well, excess calories can come from protein, just like any other macronutrient, and they can contribute to weight gain and increase the risk of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. How about the cardiovascular system and the heart specifically? Well, high intakes of red or processed meats as a protein source can increase saturated fat and cholesterol levels, which have definitely been linked to higher risk of heart disease and colon cancer. Choosing fish, poultry, and plant-based proteins lowers these risks. Some people can develop digestive problems from large protein portions or excessive use of supplements, which can cause bloating and constipation, especially if fiber intake is low. So how much protein is too much? Well, for healthy adults, up to 2 grams per kilogram of body weight per day is generally considered safe. Beyond that level, risks begin to outweigh benefits. To illustrate, a 150-pound or 68-kilogram adult consuming more than 135 grams per day is near the safe upper limit. Regularly exceeding 2.5 to 3 grams per kilogram per day, which means over 200 grams of protein daily, can strain the kidneys and the liver. Research shows that protein intakes above 2 grams per kilogram offer no additional muscle or metabolic benefit. Instead, excess amino acids are simply broken down and excreted. In long-term studies, chronic high-protein diets have been linked to metabolic stress, digestive issues, and potentially kidney strain. Let's talk about some protein myths and marketing. The rise of high-protein products has created confusion. Protein, water, cereal, and even chips promise quick health benefits, but these marketing claims often exaggerate the importance of protein while ignoring the quality of the rest of the food. Many of these products are high in sugar, fat, or sodium. Restaurant menus that ask if you'd like to add protein are usually just offering more meat or cheese for an extra charge. The truth is, almost every food group contains some protein naturally. The Harvard School of Public Health emphasizes that the source of your protein matters more than the quantity. A diet centered on lean and plant-based proteins is associated with better heart health and longevity than one heavy in red or processed meats. Putting it all together, let's summarize what we've learned. Protein is essential for growth, repair, immunity, and metabolism. Most people already get enough protein from a normal, balanced diet. Aim for 0.8 to 1.2 grams per kilogram per day. Remember, 1 gram per kilogram is easy to remember. Adjusting slightly higher or lower if you're active, older, or recovering from illness. Variety is key. Combine animal and plant sources to cover all the essential amino acids and get all the other benefits from that variety of nutrients. Stay below 2 grams per kilogram per day. Going higher offers no proven benefit and may even cause harm. Choose quality. Focus on fish, beans, nuts, eggs, dairy, and whole foods. Please avoid gimmicks. Protein supplements and high-protein snacks are unnecessary for most people. A diverse diet of whole foods naturally provides all the protein and nutrients your body needs to stay healthy and strong. Now that you know the facts about protein, take a moment to look at your own habits. Are you getting your protein from balanced meals? Have you ever tried a high-protein diet? And what was your experience with it if so? Let me know in the comments below and share your thoughts. Please remember, make informed, evidence-based choices that support your body every day. I'm Dr. John Chuback, board-certified cardiovascular surgeon. Share this video with somebody that you care about if you think it's going to be helpful for them. And subscribe and like and hit the reminder button. I'd love to see you in the next video.